What's up YouTube? Brian here, back again with another video, and hello, it's nice to see you again. It's been a little bit since I've uploaded to my channel. I did take a little bit of hiatus into the end of the 2024 season. Had a lot of stuff going on with my work and my professional life, a lot of things happening. Took a little bit of a break, but if you were paying attention, I'm still uploading a lot of content and doing things on my Instagram, so definitely give me a follow there. But heading into the 2025 bass fishing season, I'm really excited. It's kind of late, end of January here in Minnesota. We're completely iced up, but spring is just around the corner in another couple months, and I'm getting really excited. Last year, I did a ton of fishing. I played with a ton of gear. I know I haven't done a ton of rod reviews. However, I do have some things in the queue. I'm going to be doing a full rod review video on the NRX 894C. I'm going to be doing some more strolling rod videos. I got one on the X-Pride and on the Depths rod. I'm going to be doing some reel videos. But today, I'm just kind of knocking the dust off the channel and getting a little juice going here because I got this amazing box that I don't even know what's in this thing from our friends at Beast Coast Fishing. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to talk about this unboxing, mystery box. I literally have no idea what's in here. And I want to talk about a couple things that Beast Coast has dropped on Omnia in the last couple of weeks. I've been buying a lot of gear. I have hooks and terminal and some more plastics. I got a lot of stuff to talk about in future videos. I'm getting really excited to go into this new season. I got some things going on with my boat. I'm having my seats completely reupholstered and recovered to be brought back to new. I have a 2002 Skeeter. I'm spending some money getting my seats completely restored. I'm really excited about that. So pay attention to my Instagram for that kind of content. All right, so let's jump into this video. Why are we here? So today, this showed up on my doorstep. So just full disclosure, the Beast Coast sent me this. I'm not a Beast Coast sponsored angler. I don't have an affiliate relationship with them. I don't have any codes to push out. They're just a really cool company, and I've become a big fan of their jigs specifically, especially these two bad boys. This is the Beast Coast Little Magnum. It's a tungsten flipping jig that I have fallen in love with. It's become one of my main grass fishing jigs. And also the open water sniper finesse jig, which I've talked about many times on this channel. This is a fantastic open hook football dragging bait for rock, sand, gravel, and specifically smallmouth. This is like my favorite smallmouth jig that I've been using in the last couple of years. It's probably my #1 jig. There's a lot of really good football jigs out there. This isn't like the only one. Depths Headlock is great. Riot Jigs is great. There's a lot of really great football jigs, but this one is my go-to desert island football jig for smallmouth. So just before I dive into this box, I want to talk about Beast Coast and Omnia did a collaboration. I'm going to leave links for this in the description if you want to check these out. But they did a special run color of these two favorite jigs of mine. It's like, hey Brian, they made something that, right up your alley. But they dropped two specific baits, specific colorways in these two baits, and they are called Camo Magic. So this is a color that is exclusive to Omnia. You can only get them at Omnia, and they do have them in stock. So let me just show you these real quick because they are pretty cool. And if you're looking on the website and you're curious about these things, so this Camo Magic color is basically a green pumpkin base with, here, let me get this in here. So it's a green pumpkin base with some brown and then kind of a bluegilly, flaky skirt there. So it's kind of like a bluegill slash with a brown cross slash a regular green pumpkin. But it also is cool. I don't know if you can see this in the video. Let me see if I can get this zoomed in. There is some blue flake on the head. That's not really focusing too well. Anyway, you can kind of see it right there. We go, right there. So yeah, some cool blue flake on the head. If you guys have not used the Little Magnum jig, so the whole idea of this jig is that it's a very tight, compact jig head it's tungsten, and it's really great for fishing heavy cover. When I say heavy cover, I'm talking reeds, grass, milfoil, coontail, curly tail pondweed is really good, sandgrass, and any kind of heavy vegetation. I use the 1/2 ounce the most in my jig rods, so I usually have my FMJ or my NRX jig rod, or whatever jig rod I'm throwing, even just any kind of medium heavy casting rod. Have this bad boy rigged up with any kind of your favorite beaver or cross style trailer, and then just have this thing for flipping grass. I've gotten lots of bites on this thing. The hookup ratio is fantastic. It's got a compact hook, which makes this thing really great for skipping around cover as well. You can definitely skip these around docks. 1/2 ounce is my favorite. But I definitely throw 3/8 when I'm up really shallow as well. And in the open water finesse jig, I definitely default to half. This is like, I have a 1/2 ounce tied on 95% of the time because I can fish. I feel confident. I feel comfortable fishing a 1/2 ounce jig in pretty much 15 to 30 foot of water most of the time. If it's really windy, you might want to go up to a heavier jig. Or if you're definitely going to be staying in like 10 feet or less, you might want to go to a 3/8 ounce. But this jig is fantastic. I like that it does not have a hook keeper because I cut them off anyways on finesse jigs, or not really finesse jigs, but football jigs in hardcover. For throwing on rocks, I definitely don't need a weed guard. However, you people fishing wood, you definitely might not want to throw this around wood, cribs, brush piles. This is definitely going to get hung up and stuck. But this is more for that gravel rock, which I fish a lot in northwest Wisconsin and a lot in northern Minnesota. And we don't have a lot of brush piles. We do have a lot of rocks, and that's where I like fishing this bait. So anyway, check out this custom color run that is exclusive to Omnia in the Camo Magic. I'll leave links in the bottom. Let's dive into the box. I have no idea what's in this thing. I do know that Beast Coast has been R&D'ing a strolling bait, and I have a suspicion that there might be some strolling baits in this box. That would be cool because I've really gotten into mid-strolling last year. I'm going to be putting out some more content about mid-strolling. I tested a ton of heads and a ton of baits, and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on what are good strolling combinations for like jig heads and baits. I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon. Anyway, let's cut this bad boy open. I'm using a Spyderco PM3, I believe this is called, Paramilitary 3. Anyway, really great knife. I like this thing. All right, let's see what our friends at Beast Coast sent me. We got, okay, let's look in here. There's some new things to me right off the top in the top of this box. And this is the Superfly. This is their hair jig. So I do like throwing hair jigs for smallmouth, especially early ice out in northwest Wisconsin, or just in Wisconsin in general. As soon as that ice is out, you can just start hooking a hair jig around flats to where there's deep water. So where the smallmouth winter and they start to pull up onto the flats getting ready for the spawning season, you can just go around these areas and just throw and work a hair jig really, really slowly and catch some really nice sized fish. So this is the Beast Coast Superfly. Now, to be perfectly frank, I've never used a Beast Coast hair jig. I have a couple specific hair jigs that I like that I've been using for years, so I don't really go out of my lane too much on hair jigs. But let's take this out. This is a 32 ounce clutch. So when I look for a hair jig, what I really want is a good chunk of shank on the hook that I can add a plastic to, because anybody who knows when you throw a hair jig, it's kind of tough to throw these things. You have to have a long whippy rod, you got to have the right line, and then you also want to add a little weight to the hair jig. And the trick everybody does is they take a little chunk of Senko or any kind of stick worm and they put a little chunk of plastic onto the bait. So just feeling this right here, I can tell that there is plenty of shank here to get a plastic chunk of Senko on here. I do notice that there is not a plastic keeper. Oh, there is. It's way in there. Okay, so there is a plastic keeper on this hook. So that is a nice feature. I had to kind of dig into the hair a little bit to find it. But deep down in there, I can feel it in my finger. There is absolutely a plastic keeper. So anyway, another option in the Marabou hair jig department. Obviously, this purple and black is really good. I usually throw black. I always throw something really dark. However, they did send me some other colors I got here. So I got this black and blue. Let's look at this one. This is called Bait. Is that the actually name of the color? So it's like a baitfish color in a hair jig. Let's look at this. So this is definitely interesting. So this is one that's got, obviously, there's some brown in there, some blue, and white. So this is an interesting color as well. I think that this could definitely be thrown. I actually don't throw light color hair jigs. Maybe I will now that I have a couple for free. I actually don't even have any light color hair jigs in my hair jig stash in my boat. Let's see, we got another color here. We do have a, let's see which one. This is a brown. So a lot of people do like throwing brown. So when you talk to hair jig nerds, especially like up here, like around Mille Lacs or whatever, when the mayflies are hatching, so when it's the mayfly hatch season on some of these lakes, this is when a lot of people like to switch to the brown because it kind of matches the color of hayflies that smallmouth are eating off the top of the surface of the water. So yeah, I might have to mix in this brown. Look, we got a little green pumpkin head. One thing I've noticed with these hair jigs is they have eyes. So they put little eyes on the hair jigs. Most of my hair jigs definitely do not have eyes. So that's kind of an interesting touch. So this color is called Olive Pumpkin. This is definitely that like mayfly hatch color. So cool. I got 3 hair jigs in 3 different colors. That is pretty sweet. They also sent me some more Omnia specific colors in the Camo Magic. So I got a couple more open water sniper jigs. I already bought these on my own because as soon as they hit the Omnia website, I picked these things up. So Beast Coast sent me some more. That's cool. I will definitely take them because you know what? Fishing jigs around rocks, you're going to get them stuck. You're going to break them off once in a while. It's nice to have a few extras. So they sent me some 1/2 ounce and some 3/8 ounce, which is awesome. Okay, they sent me some swim bait heads. This is cool. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Beast Coast dropped it's called a sled head swim bait head. So this is another jig that is specifically designed to roll and go over hard cover. So if you notice, this is going to be a fairly straightforward paddle tail, boot tail kind of swim bait head, but there is a ramp. So let's see if you can see this. Yeah, so I think you can kind of see it there. But anyway, it's kind of got a sled ramp, and that is meant for this bait to hit rocks and go up and over the rocks and to come down on the other side of them without getting hung up. So basically a jig head that's specifically meant to grind the bottom of the lake into hard cover. So they sent me a couple different sizes here. I got 1/8, so that's definitely like a shallow water version. I have another 1/8. And then they also sent me, 3/8. So when you got to go deep and you want to throw on a bait caster, you're probably going to want to lean to this one. This is a 3/8 2/0. So this would be a good head for throwing like a spark shad. I would absolutely throw a spark shad. Oh, the shank on this thing. This is only a 2/0 hook. So this is a 3/8 ounce sled head from Beast Coast with a small 2/0. So 2/0 is perfect for a 3-inch spark shad. So you megabass nerds that are throwing spark shads, this might be actually a pretty sweet head to throw on there. Or even those like 3-inch Kitex is also going to be really good on this. So cool, heavy or heavier bait for fishing deep rock with smaller finesse paddle tails. So that is definitely where this kind of head is going to excel. I have used these heads. They absolutely work. I've had these in my collection or in my like swim bait head box for a couple of months now. These things kind of came out last year. Oh, and I like that there's there's like a good flake paint scheme going on in front of this. So very cool. Thank you for sending me some more sled heads. I'm definitely going to use them. Got some green pumpkins as well. So Beast Coast sent me a bunch of the sled heads, hair jigs, some more Omnia exclusive colors, and then it looks like we got a hoodie. Let's see what kind of hoodie we got. You know what's funny is they do have some cool apparel, Beast Coast does, and it looks like this is a XL. Nice. All right. I hope this is an XL because I usually wear XLs. Let's see what size they sent me. Oh, a double XL. So this is not going to be, it's going to be gigantic. But anyway, shout out to Beast Coast. Thanks for sending me over the hoodie. This is going to be way too big for your boy. Like, I don't have to fit. You know what? I'm going to probably end up giving this away. So tell you what, if you get on my Instagram, which I'm going to throw this up right now, join my Instagram at Punch Fishing, because I definitely know this is not going to fit me. I'm going to find a big boy out there who wants this hoodie, and we're going to give this sucker away on Instagram. I'm going to make a story about this as this video gets posted, and we'll probably just do a post where, you know, people add comments or whatever, and we'll do a random drawing for this thing. So anyway, very cool. If you don't know, this thing's got an awesome back too. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, cool swag. Thank you. Shout out to Beast Coast for sending me these goodies. It just gets you in the spirit of spring fishing when you get hair jigs and football jigs, and you're just thinking, man, I can't wait to go and catch some smallies that are just coming out of their winter holes and starting to feed up when we get that early ice out in the next couple of months. But anyway, that's the video. Just want to dust the channel off, do this quick unboxing, talk a little bit about some Beast Coast products. Remember, I am not sponsored by them. I'm not a pro staff. I have no skin in this game. They're just a cool company, and I've talked about their products for years on my Instagram and on Omnia's. And on this channel. And I've always pointed people to their products. You know, you can buy them at Beast Coast. You can buy them at Omnia. Great company. They make cool stuff. Anyway, enough shilling for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video and you want to see some more stuff, hit the like, leave a comment. Got more stuff coming out. I am going to be dropping the giant rod and reel arsenal video It's going to be a bear. I'm going to probably shoot it this weekend and get that up so everyone can see how much of a gear degenerate I really am. So anyway, nice seeing everybody again. We're back, we're alive, and we are going to be dropping some bangers in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned. See you guys.